Hello and welcome to the Sewing Whisperer and another video in the zipper playlist where you'll learn how to sew just about every zip imaginable. By the end of this tutorial you'll know all the tips and tricks for sewing a perfect invisible zip two ways. An invisible zip is the most concealed zip insertion. Once sewn it's virtually invisible apart from the slider at the top. This type of zip's ideal for day wear, evening wear, some bridal garments. One thing to keep in mind is that invisible zips are not as strong as standard zips. If inserted into a very tight garment, they can split more easily. For bridal wear, I often use open-end invisible zips, as they tend to be a little stronger. Another advantage is that invisible zips only require a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, making them great for resizing the fit of a garment where every centimetre counts. Want to sew along? There's a free downloadable pattern linked in the description below, so you can create these samples alongside me. Let's get started with method 1. This method starts with the seam of the garment already sewn before inserting the zipper, and you can identify the method by the curved row of stitching on the left side at the bottom. Start by overlocking the seam allowance. On the wrong side of the fabric, mark 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch down from the top edge, then mark the zip opening length. For this example, I've marked 5 cm or 2 inches from the hem. Mark the top of the zip at the top edge of the plastic stopper. Tip: I always buy zips that are 5 to 10 cm or 1 to 4 inches longer than needed and shorten them later. This makes it much easier to sew past the opening and gives room for the zipper foot. Transfer the zip markings to the right side of the fabric. Mark a line 5 mm or 1/4 of an inch above the opening mark. This allows space to slide the zip slide through the seam intersection later. Gently uncurl the zip teeth and press them flat using a cool iron. Sew the seam from the bottom of the opening to the hem using a 1 cm or 3/4 of an inch seam allowance. Place the zip right sides together with the fabric matching the top marks. Sew down the first side of the zip. As you approach the opening, transfer the 5 mm or 1/4 inch mark onto the zip tape and sew to that point. Zip the zip up and transfer this mark on the other side of the zip. Unzip the zip again. Pin at the 5 mm or 1/4 inch mark. Then begin sewing about 4 cm or 1.5 inches below the opening, slightly away from the zip teeth. Sew in a gentle curve to meet the mark, then continue sewing the remainder of the zip. Close the zip to check the alignment. Shorten the zip using pinking shears. Trim the top of the zip so it's 100% level. Give the zip a final press. Now for method 2. This is the more common technique used and sews the garment seam after inserting the zip. Can be identified by the main seam finishing a whisker wider at the bottom and often overlapping the bottom of the zip by a couple of stitches. Optional, depending on the type of fabric you're using. If the seam is off grain or the fabric's lightweight, you can interface the seam with a strip of interfacing ironed onto the fabric before overlocking the seams. Once again, start by overlocking the seam allowance. Mark the fabric and zip the same as the first sample. On the wrong side of the fabric, mark 1 centimetre or 3/8 of an inch down from the top edge. Mark the top of the zip at the top edge of the plastic stopper. Then mark the zip opening length 5 centimetres or 2 inches from the hem. Once again, I always buy my zips longer. Transfer the zip marking to the right side of the fabric. Gently uncurl the zip teeth and press with a cool iron. Unzip the zip and pin both sides of the zip in place by placing the zip right sides together with the fabric, matching the top and bottom marks. You can use an invisible zipper foot or a normal zipper foot. The benefit of the invisible zipper foot is that you can sew from the top down on both sides. However, I do find that the fabric sometimes eases in and appears quite puckered. Interfacing the seam should stop this problem. For these samples, I'm using a standard zipper foot with the hole on the left, or place the needle to the left if using a zipper foot like either of these. Sew down the left side of the zip, starting at the top and finishing at the bottom notch. Sew the right hand side of the zip from the bottom to the top. Close the zip to check the alignment. While still using the zipper foot, sew the top 5 centimetres or 2 inches of the seam. Place the work to the right instead of the traditional left so that the foot aligns against the bottom of the zip position. Sit the zip on its side and pull it out to the left so it won't be in the way. Start stitching a tiny bit to the right from the zip stitch line and about 5 millimetres or 3/16 from the bottom of the zip stitching. Back tack a couple of times because the zip will hit this stitching every time it's opened. Sew the seam for about 5 centimetres or 2 inches. Change back to the standard foot and sew the remainder of the seam. Stitch across the bottom of the zip for reinforcement. Shorten the zip using pinking shears. Trim the top of the zip so it sits perfectly level across the top. Give the zip a final press. And that's it. You now have the skills to confidently sew a professional invisible zip 2 different ways. If you followed along and made the samples, let me know in the comments how they went and which method you preferred. I'd love to hear. Up next in the zipper playlist, we'll cover a classic trouser zip, including when to use it and why. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.